So what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to wire our relay, and once you do it once it becomes very easy, and we're going to start from scratch so you know how it goes. But what you're going to end up with is you're going to end up with a relay that has a barrel plug female on one end and two alligator clips, a positive and a negative on the other end. Why this is going to be useful is because on your Grove Shield you can attach the alligator clips to the 3.3 volts and the ground, and that's going to get us power. And then all the other components, let's say for example a fan that we're going to hook up, you can now just connect the two up via the female and male pigtail plugs, and your relay will control your fan. So that makes wiring a lot easier. So why don't we go through how do we first get our relay wired up with the alligator clips. So we're going to start from scratch, and what you're going to need is you're going to need one of these female plugs that have the wires. You can buy these at Amazon or in lots of places, or you can just make one yourself. You can buy this, attach it to a black and red wire, and you're good to go. So we bought like 100 of these that you can easily wire up. Then your first step is you need to add in the alligator clips. So all of the alligator clips usually come in a package, and it comes with these little protective coatings, right, just so that you're not always squeezing the middle of the alligator clips. You're going to want to make sure that you put those on first, because they're very difficult to do later. So we get those on, and then you've got your alligator clip, and it's got a little hole here for holding in the wire. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our red one, we're going to pop it into that hole, right, and we're just going to fold it over, and we're just going to clamp down our wire onto our alligator clip. Okay. And you can also keep that wire folded above. I found that this works just fine for our purposes. And we're going to clamp the two little tabs nice and tight. You can plug on it, and there's one alligator clip. And oftentimes I end up using the other alligator clip to open the alligator clip so it can slide over the protective red coating. And we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. Slide in our wire, do a little fold over, and then we're going to clamp it in to hold it into place. And that's where having our wonderful wire stripper tools come in to be very handy. And let's clip this in place, and there we go. So now we've got our alligator clips. Now, the thing to remember with a relay is the relay is basically nothing more than a switch. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cut the red wire, and we're going to strip it, and we're going to insert it into the relay. And what that's going to do is allow us to allow the relay to either let current flow or not let current flow. So let's grab our wire strippers, and we want to just strip off just a little bit. You don't need a lot. So we're going to insert this into our relay, and it's useful to have a little flathead screwdriver for the relays that we're using. And you just want to loosen up the screws that are inside the little green container. Okay. And you're just going to insert the red on one side, and it does not matter which side that you put it on. And you're going to insert it in and tighten it up nice and tight. Because once you do this once, unless the relay goes bad or something is bad with the wire or your connection to the alligator clip, you should never have to do it again. So you want to make sure that you get things in there nice and tight. And do exactly the same thing with the other wire. Okay. Give them a little tug to make sure they're secure. And now I've got a relay that is ready to go with alligator clips to attach it to my Grove Shield. Now, if you don't have alligator clips, you don't need them, right? We just find it's easier for students to have, that they don't have to worry about wires, and these alligator clips hold on to the Grove Shield really nicely. Is you can just attach the wire itself directly to the 3.3 in ground if you don't have access to alligator clips. And it does save a little bit of funding if you don't use the alligator clips. So there's lots of ways to do it, but this is the current approach that we've been trying to do it with our smart greenhouse project.